How much do you know about Judas from the Bible? If you're anything like me, the answer to that question is not enough. Let's fix that right now. Judas Iscariot is one of the most infamous figures in the Bible, known primarily for betraying Jesus Christ. He was one of the 12 disciples chosen by Jesus, and he played a significant role in the events leading up to the crucifixion. His actions serve as both a warning and a mystery, raising questions about loyalty, free will, and the consequences of sin. Judas is first introduced as part of the inner circle of Jesus' followers. Like the other disciples, he traveled with Jesus, witnessed miracles, and heard his teachings. However, unlike most of the others, Judas had a unique role. He was in charge of the group's money bag, John 12:6. Unfortunately, Scripture also reveals that Judas was dishonest with the money and wound up helping himself to what was in the purse. This small act of corruption foreshadowed his greater betrayal. The most well-known moment in Judas's life came when he agreed to hand Jesus over to the chief priests and elders for 30 pieces of silver, Matthew 26:14-16. He approached the religious leaders who were already looking for a way to arrest Jesus without causing an uproar. Judas provided the opportunity they needed by offering to betray him in private. On the night of the Last Supper, Jesus foretold that one of his disciples would betray him. Though the others were confused and sorrowful, Judas left the table to carry out the plan. Later that night, in the Garden of Gethsemane, Judas led a group of armed men to arrest Jesus. He identified Jesus with a kiss, an intimate act twisted into a sign of treachery. Jesus responded, "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss?" Luke 22:48. Jesus was then arrested and taken away. Afterward, Judas experienced intense remorse. Seeing that Jesus had been condemned, he returned the silver to the temple and confessed, "I have sinned, for I betrayed innocent blood." Matthew 27:4. The religious leaders rejected his confession, and Judas, overcome with guilt and despair, went out and hanged himself. His tragic end is one of the most haunting in Scripture. In summary, Judas's story is one about proximity to truth, yet betrayal of it. He had the privilege of walking with the Son of God, yet he gave into greed, deception, and ultimately despair. His life serves as a sobering reminder of the power of choices and the devastating consequences of turning away from Christ. And that's why I think it's important to ask the question,